How heavy are these jump standards? Are they heavy? So we're going to simulate a gate, a door, stall door opening. So by doing this, it helps your horse understand his job of being respectful for space, keeps you safe. Not that he's, a firecracker, but especially when you have multiple horses. I do it with every horse anyway, but with multiple horses, I like to be able to set the gate, send the horse in, have him turn and face and wait for me. So that way I never do anything but open the gate. Same with stall. My horses know that I don't go in their stall with them, whether to get them or to put them in. I open the stall door, I send them in, they turn around, they come around, then I take their halter off. So we're going to teach him, the first thing we have to teach him is the hind yield where we have to have it sharp, where it's where we tail, okay? So let me, you did that one already? Oh, okay, good.
I've done that with him before.
Okay.
Because I can do that when he's on he'll stop to serve.
Okay, good. So he has the concept. Good. So ask him to do it now. So, yep, I want a full crossover and look at you. Yep. Good. Good. So how we're going to practice is we're going to practice it on the wall. We're going to use you as one of the barriers, the wall is the other barrier, and we're going to send him through, because this is called a squeeze. Anytime you put a horse through two things on either side of him or up above him or all, a full squeeze is a trailer. We got to make sure that he's okay with the concept of a squeeze. Obviously, he's okay with going through the doors and all that stuff. But, so we'll go and take him on the wall, and I'm choosing that wall because that wall's not in the camera. And stay on that side of the door, or the door itself is fine. So if you're familiar with the squeeze game really speaking, it is send him through, he turns and faces, you don't move your feet. You're going to send him through a space. Okay, so now, facing the wall, you're going to send him back between you and the wall. And after he gets past you, you're going to look at his tail, and his tail should swing around, and he should turn and face you. Give him some kind of go cue. I like my horses to know the difference between your feet shouldn't move and your feet should move. Okay, now, it's up to you how you wake him up. There's a fast way to wake him up, and there's a slower way to wake him up. But we want to get to where he sharply says, ooh, I better not let my tail get near you. Okay, send him past you. Well, it's going to be a timing thing. I don't know if I want you to do it wrong. Not that you do it wrong, but I don't want you to, you know what I mean? I don't want you to miss the right time. So say you're sending him past you. Here's his little calic on his flank. As soon as his calic gets past, there's his calic. It's coming past you. As soon as it gets like right there, you're going to look at his tail. You're going to give him a quick zing on the butt. He should spin away and look at you and then just be like, what? What? I don't know what happened. Yeah, he does. He has a personal space issue, apparently. Good. Way, we might have to do it that way also. Good. Rub him. Yep, yep. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just see you did this from this kind of distance, which is great, because now we have a lot to work with to get him to where you can stand right here, squeeze him between you and this wall, and as soon as he gets where it's physically possible for him to swing out and away, we're going to ask him to swing away and look at you, and he should basically go, okay? And we're going to do it in both directions. Yep. So step in like, one kind of there. We're just going to gradually, if you feel like you can get him to where, because he makes you back up. So he's the one that needs to learn the out cue. I know y'all love it when they're all lovey and on top of us, but it's actually dominance. There you go. Good. Good. And now, there. Yep, let him know. He's like, I woke up for this. Good. And he licked and chewed and swallowed. He's like, oh, what are we going to do, ma'am? Good. Now stand up straight, though. So you want to make sure your body language makes sense. Good. Send him back through because he's worried about the horses moving around behind him. It's okay. Yep. Control his shoulder. Tell his shoulder. He needs help with his shoulder. That's it. Just put the support at his shoulder. Good. Good. So I'm only going to help him because your body language keeps changing to where you were trying to send him and you were bent over, okay? So I just want to help him understand there is going to be a difference, and then you maybe by watching you'll be able to kind of get your body training it. So see, he needs help. He just got closer. Hello. More hoses. Everybody keep the hoses. There. And now he's licking and chewing. Now obviously we don't want him to go into their stall, and notice how both ears were on me like, what are we going to do next? Okay, he's like, yes ma'am, what else should I do? Because he knows that I'm going to be there to bite his butt if he's not listening. I hit myself, so. Good. Now, he said that way, and I'm not going to go, why haven't you left yet? He needs support. So for a horse like him, he's not actually a horse that needs a lot of tough energy. He's a horse that needs to be given a chance to think it through and just be supportive of it. You're just going to be like, no, that's good. Encourage him. So like he turned his head and said, that way? That way? And I said, yep, that's you're right. And now he's licking and chewing. So now I'm going to tell him it has something to do with his feet. So I'm going to say, wait till he says that way. And I said, no, it's not that way. Yep. So now I'm going to say, hey, you need to be paying attention a little bit. That way? Yep, that way. Now move your shoulders with it too. Move your shoulders with it too. So now my focus is on his shoulders. I'm looking at his eyes only because I know that he's a little worried about, I'm not sure what you want. And he's not sure if he should come to me. He's trying to follow a feel. Good? Good? I'm just going to tell him your shoulders need to follow. Nope, you listen to me now. Yep. And because I didn't give him a go cue, that's perfect what he did. There's going to be times that you want your horse to just shift where they are. So be fair and say, well, this time I want you to go. This time I don't want you to go. So for me, it's like, it seems, sometimes I feel like people think it's an unnecessary piece to tell them to go. Well, there's times I don't want them to go. I want them to just move over. So I'm not asking him to leave. I'm just telling him to move over. I'm not telling him to back up. I'm just going to help him get the right answer by saying I put a block on him so he couldn't back up. I released when he did the right thing. Now he's like, oh, should I go over there? I'm not sure. Good. I'm going to say, could you please come here? I'm going to bump and warn him. And now he wants me to come and tell him he did a good job. Those extra attentive steps in front of me were like, please let me know you did it right. Yeah, he actually needs slow, like you might have to give him a zing to let him get the message there. And then after you give him a zing, you got to be fair. Yep. I'm not sure. Did you want him to only shift his shoulders? Okay, so go ahead and back him up only because but do it gently because he got the wrong answer, but the wrong answer wasn't like a spun out kind of wrong answer. It was I thought I was doing it right kind of answer. So try to stay at a wiggle. Don't change it from a wiggle to a... Go ahead and back him up. He's just nervous now. And make it a wiggle that doesn't get under him. Wiggle from where you are, and he'll have a better chance he'll hear you better when he can see you. Yep, now go ahead and make it where it's louder on him. Yep, there. Good. And again. Good. And now tell his nose to go that way, but don't tell anything else to go that way. It's okay. Yep, there. That was polite to say, no, not that. Put a little support at like his cheek. There, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Now put your hand down. There you go. So that's how you tell him you're right. So now put your hand up, ask him to turn his nose again. You're right. Now wait till he goes straight again. We're going to ask him to turn his nose. Give him a bump because he's giving the wrong there. Don't tug him. So if he went forward, it would have been your fault. There. Now you can put your hand back up and support the shoulder with the other hand. Good. It's okay if he leaves. He doesn't know not to leave. Okay? So we can't make him wrong for our bigger picture. He doesn't know what our bigger picture is. Oh boy. He's all nervous. Like, oh. Okay. Okay, so because he's behind you, it would be a lot harder. Just have him come back around this way. Good. Yep. So definitely going to want to teach him the out cue so he starts to get off of you. And he's doing it because he's not actually, believe it or not, he's not really doing it for dominant reasons. He's doing it for security reasons. You're where the entrance to the herd is while the bobcat's chasing them in, and he's hoping that if he can get past you, they're going to get you instead. You ever see how cows go into the middle of the herd or horses go in the middle of the herd when they perceive danger? It's because they want the other ones to get eaten before them. So your wiggle's not really a wiggle. It's a tug wiggle. So we want it to be a wiggle with slack in the line. Yep. Good boy. So why don't we, just because I want to help you with the personal space thing, not doing it on the rail, but what you're going to do is you're going to say just walk along here, and you're going to get him off of your personal space. So what I do is I usually hold the end of the line, like the 12-inch piece, and I'll just pop him at the girth, out. And I want to make sure that I use a word so he knows what he's responding to, and you're not just being a jerk while you're walking along.
Okay.
Good? Yep. You might as well tell him right off the bat. And then wiggle so he doesn't go. There you go. Good. And then make him okay. And don't close in the space. If he goes off of you, let him have it. He shouldn't be all rubbed up. Now you're closing in the space. Let him follow his track. You follow your track. If he comes into your track, then you're going to tell him out. So when he looked at you, he asked you. So when they look at you, you can say it. You say it and not. Yeah, but you don't have. See, you're scaring him a little bit. Hold on. All right, buddy. So, like he kept asking, he asked you twice, and I didn't tell you in time that you wouldn't have needed to reinforce it. You could have just said out, and he would have been like, okay, thank you for the information. He would have taken your word in that moment instead of you having to physically tell him. Because he's the horse that you're gonna be able to go like this, and he's gonna back up because you only have to physically tell him stuff once before he's like, I don't want to do that again, right? So we want to make sure that we take care of that part of his personality. So when you're walking, you may have to do it now, but let's just say you give him even just energy. Don't hit him. Just give him energy, like, hey, out, and then walk. He checks in with you. You always want him to check in with you. You don't want to make him wrong for that. So if he checks in with you, be like, thank you, out. You know, he's asking you, what would you like me to do? I'd like you to stay out there. Okay, so go ahead and walk with him and see if you can't get him to understand he's supposed to say out now. Out. Until he does it, you can physically say, hey, excuse me, I said, now leave him alone. Put your hands in neutral. There you go. Let him believe that that's the comfort spot. Don't stare. Don't stare. If he looks at you, just say out so he knows that that's all. And then have your hand ready to support if there. See, need it. Now he's starting to crowd you a little bit. Say out. Out. Good, good. And allow him to drift and make sure that your hands go neutral so he knows he got the right answer. Yep. Now I want you to see if you can out him to more than half that line. I want him more than half that line away from you. Good, good. He's a lot smarter than... Tell him to catch up. Good, leave him alone. Now you stop and say ho without going crazy wiggling on him. He's gonna keep past you. It's okay. It's okay. So we have to be careful how we fix that, only because too much energy upsets him. So what you would do if he hoed, and I wouldn't even give him that much of a challenge to try to hoe straight when there's no wall. So, but you can do that where you give yourself, say, 10 feet off the wall. You're asking him to stay on the wall. You have your path. He has his path. Don't close in on his path. Yep, say out now. Out can be at a standstill. So what we'll do there is we're going to teach him what out means at his shoulder. So we're going to hold him still and say out, out, out. I'm going to help him understand. What's your answer? What's your possibility? Out, 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 out. It's okay. He's trying to figure it out. Out, out. I'm going to help him a little bit with some support. Out, out, out. I know. Out. Nope. Out. Nope. Think it. It's okay. You had to respond that way. That's okay. Out. Don't do it again, though. Out. No. No. Out. Good. Good. Here you go. You got it. 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 Wait. Out. Out. Good. There you go. Out. Now and go forward. Out. What else can you do? Out. Yep, you're right. Out. Out. Good. And it's okay he had to get fire in his feet, and I'm okay with him being all like, Oh, okay. Yeah, oh yeah. It just, I need to give him the best definition. Like, I'm not giving him the Webster's Dictionary definition. You guys, Webster's Dictionary, okay. So I have to make sure I give him like a kindergarten dictionary here. So that's all that's happening is he just needs me to really define it for him. Out, out, out. Good. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Not going forward. Not going forward. Good. Out. Good. Don't go forward. Out. Pay attention to me. Out. 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 Good. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Back up. Out. Yep. Good. Don't go forward. Good. No. Out. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Out. 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 Don't go forward. Move forward. I know. I know. You'll get it. You'll get it. Yep, you're getting the right idea now. Wait, listen to me though. Out. Don't go forward. There's nothing to do. Don't go forward. I'm just going to help him get that foot back. Out. Yep, there. Out. Don't go forward. Out. Out. There. You're right. You're right. You're right. Out. 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 Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Although yawn like 100 times. Out. Nope. Nope. Put that back. Put that back. I know that's your thing, but out. 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 Good. Don't go forward. Out. 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 Don't go forward. Out. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Go forward. Out. Out. Yep. Out. Out. Good boy. Good boy. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Good boy. Out. Out. Oh. You gotta learn what that means. There you go. Out. Good. I'll scratch where you want. Out. Yep. Yep. Think. Think. So now he needs just a little second. Out. Out. So he's thinking a lot right now. Out. He's like, oh, should I come to you? Out. Nope. It's not forward. No, it's not back. Out. Yep. 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 Good. No, he wasn't. His brain couldn't get there. There was no stubbornness about that at all. Okay, we're friends. I'm trying to help you. Yeah. Wait. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. So back up. Don't go forward. Out. Yep. Out. Out. Yep. Out. There you go. Hey, wake up. There. Yep. Yep. Out. Out. Yep. 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 Good. You gotta get his back up sensitive without desensitizing him. I don't want to be yanking on a horse that should, be there quickly. Like, I'm not saying that some of the duller horses have a harder time with it. He's actually quite sensitive. So his backup should seriously be this back. 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 Okay, he can do it. So you got to get him to where that's all you need to do. He's the horse that you're going to be able to go, and he's going to know exactly what you want because he does it because we're dulling him to the point to where we're just being mean. Where if I went ahead and kicked him like I did, now he's like, oh, my bad. What did you say? And I had to bite him a couple times for him to go, what did you say? Good. Well, make that happen. Yep. He's like, wait, you don't bite. Right? Did you see how he said, wait, you don't bite. But it's just a bite and then forgiveness, like a bite, no grudge. Good? There? Good. Now, your goal could be to get him, see how when I bit him, he went, right? You can get where that is. Yes, ma'am. How far? So I'm going to make it be your goal that you do finger, wrist, bite, as opposed to finger, wrist, all this other stuff, because he's so desensitized to all that other stuff that you're just going to start, ripping on his head all the time. And we really want him to finger, wrist, bite. And it's a flick in the chest, not on the shoulder. So you caused him to move away. So it's a straight on. Yep. And it's a flick like this. It's an underhand flick. It's not a swing. Okay, go ahead, ask him. There you go. Good. It's okay. Say, hey, no, pay attention now. Ask him again. So you want to ask him right away so he has a chance to learn it. There. Now leave him alone for a second because he's really spun out. Good boy. And he is. He's not being stubborn by any means. He wants to please. He's a little bit slower at getting stuff, and he's easy to desensitize. Like you said, he's not responsive because it's probably like when you ride, you probably squeeze, ride, squeeze, ride, squeeze. So he's probably like, yeah, well, that's just how this dummy rides. You know what I mean? Like they do just get used to it. Where if I ride like my legs are just on them, and when my legs come on them, they go, yes. I don't ride with my legs. I break all the horses bareback, so it helps me know not to use my legs. Good? What a good boy. So give him a break. That was really intense for him. So make him catch up so when he does crowd you, he's not right behind you. And he doesn't go out on that side, so you have to be fair. So do out from the other side. And I just really wanted him to.
Yeah, I was just trying to get it up to me to go up.
Okay, you stop, send him past you, yield his hind end away. Now when he asks you, have an answer. He said, now what did you want then? So he's asking questions, you just have to make sure you give him the right answers. Send his hind end away. Bump so he stays where he is. Good, that's it. Now walk with him on your right and ask him to out while you're walking. Because he wasn't really getting a break when you were walking him. You were still like pulling on him, telling him to do this, telling him to do that. And he really needed a break. So if you're going to keep working, let's at least work on the side of him that he can work on. Tell him to go out. So I was giving energy at the shoulder with the end of the line, telling him out from there, out. There you go. See how it's different when they know, if they learn it one way, it has to be black and white. Tell them out, get them further away from you. Good, good. You can wiggle them to slow them down. Easy. That way you can teach them the easy. So that was ho. So we have to have a real definition for every word. Easy down. So like don't. Hi. I don't use, like you hear people between jumps, they go, whoa, between jumps. I say easy, you know. Okay. So easy means come back to me, slow down, connected, whatever. Slow this gait down. But if you want him to stop, it has to be ho and it has to mean ho. So we want to make sure that we're not giving him language that we have 5 definitions for and he only should have 1. Good. 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 So see if you can hoe him and then pet him because he's really, really listening. And it's okay if he doesn't hoe straight. Okay, so we're going to go back to what I originally wanted to do. I just wanted to help him with some of that other stuff. So you're going to imagine that you're at the gate you've just done. Like for me, what I do, let's see. My gate's all latch on this side. Okay, so I unlatch the gate. And what I'll do is I'll actually step in towards here. Like I'll let the gate go like this. I'll send the horse through. He turns, faces me here. Then I close the gate. I undo them, close the gate, or you can close the gate. So the idea is you're going to send through, turn, face, wait for you here. Yes. Yep, you're undoing the gate. It's just like a whole simulation. And with my stalls, I say in. I don't know if in would be, if you want to add. Good. Good. And now same, you're going to bring him. Yep. Good. And now you say you've just come out to get him and you want to stay where you don't get dirty. Same thing. Send him around the gate. Send him in through the door. So you're going to back him up because you've got the gate open. So send him back and around the gate. Back. Ah, you just broke the fence. He's out. Loose horse. Yep, you don't need, remember you want to keep your feet clean. Send him through the gate. He needs to turn and face you. Wait. Good. Now you can close the gate. So now you have a horse politely waiting for what's next. So do that again. You don't have to do the whole moving the gate. It's fun. No, I mean, you're welcome to keep doing it. If you think you're doing it because I want you to, you don't have to do it because. And I always say in for gates, whether they're going in the paddock or out of the paddock, in the stall or out of the stall, it's in through a doorway. Back him out of your space. You don't want him thinking he's supposed to be all up on your shoulder. And be effective with that part. Because if you're just nibbling on him, it's no different. Yep. Now you got his attention. He's like, yes, what would you like me to do then? Around the gate. Well, good. Good. Send him through the gate. Now he's not being bad. He's asking a lot of questions. Good. Yep. And then allow him to drift through that hand, drift the line through your hand. Yep. Back him up so he's not all up on top of you, because you're going to want to be able to manage that gate without worrying about where he is. Good. Good. Very nice. Yep. Yep. And the only thing you want to make careful is, and you're fine, but it's close, especially with electric fences. You want to make sure that when you yield them, because you're going to expect those kinds of responses, make sure that you don't zap them because you did it too soon. Okay. Where are we at on time?
You got like 15 minutes.
Oh, good. Good. Okay, so obviously with riding, we're going to get you to ride like you're just a wet towel on him.
Red cooler.
Okay? And then when you want to be effective. So we're going to help bring his sensitivity back to it. So we're going to ask him, so like say you wanted to do a hind yield, we're going to ask him to do his hind yields, and we're going to try to get him so light that he'll hind yield to us just touching him. And he's that sensitive to where we can just touch him. Did we do mounting block stuff? Did you want to do mounting block stuff? I don't remember if we did.
We did a little bit.
Okay.
We worked on some membrane block and type.
Okay, so he could probably do mounting. Did you want to do the mounting block? It's up to you. One is just we're going to get him to where he's a little lighter about being touched, so that way we can put your new legs on his new sides, or we can do the mounting block. Because if you're going to get on him and just not, you're going to be pre-programmed to ride the way you usually ride, us sensitizing his sides, getting him to where he's sensitive and responsive, but then you ride the same way, he's just going to be like, oh, it's her. You know what I mean?
Probably do that block.
Okay.
Just so I don't have my legs going properly.
Yeah, and I suggest riding bareback, but a lot of people grip harder when they ride bareback.
I do one of those to be like, I'm going to like this way.
Okay, yeah, because actually bareback's all about your balance point. It has nothing to do with your legs. If you grip with your legs, that's the way you get hurt.
Very important.
So, does everybody know where your balance point is, how to check for it? I suggest people get a yoga ball. I actually don't do yoga, but I keep using yoga references. But get a yoga ball, and have you ever seen a yoga ball, like, I don't know, at somebody's house or whatever, and you sit on it and you try to pick your feet off the ground and see if you can stay balanced on it? Well, that's the concept that you want to use with your balance point. It's probably too low for me to do, but when you're sitting on your horse, your balance point is where your hand can touch his rump flat. If it's fingertips, you're sitting too far up on your crotch. If it's your elbow, you're too far back. But it's like you can imagine you being able to just pick your legs up and not need anything. So then you can bring your body up from there. If you're on your balance point, like for example, I did a lesson the other day and my horse fell down to his knees, and the rider was a new rider, but that's the first thing I taught her was balance. She rode down with the horse to the ground. He stood back up and off they went because she didn't even know anything happened. The average rider goes, whoa, over his head. Okay? Yeah, yeah. I always tell people, get a yoga ball, play with it. Play with it while you're on your computer. Just get a feel for where your balance point really is. You ever see those little bird things that stick on your finger? They already, by weight, they're already balanced right. It's kind of the same thing. You want to just get yourself to where you're finding. And I tell people, walk, trot, canter, reach back, make sure you're still on your balance point. Because if your horse suddenly zigs, you're going to zig with him. Otherwise, you zag. Very, very, balance point's very important. If you're on your balance point, you can ride bareback and never ever, I ride bareback and my legs are off off the sides. I never ride with my legs. Okay, so we need to get him to where he's stepping over to us. We were working on that yesterday. So what did we do to specifically help him understand it? Did he, like, show me that he can or can't do it, and then we'll help him from there. Yep, ooh, he's already thinking about it. Give him a little bump to say, yep, keep staying on that thought. Okay, so did we use the rope around his neck to help him? Okay. Okay, so since he's not really there, we'll go ahead and say, oh, okay, I guess you need the training wheels on for another 5 seconds. Remember this? Yep, he remembers that. Okay, so we're being a little unfair. Anybody else have like gait issues that would want to make sure that they can work with their horse through a gait without? So now if he's overachieving the rope there, then just have the rope. Don't pull on it. So sometimes they just need the feel of what looks familiar to them, but you don't actually have to use the aid. You just have to almost show it to them. Kind of like some horse, when they see the trainer coming at you with a crop in their hand, the horse shapes up right away. Good. It's okay. He's just getting worried because you were telling him he was overachieving, so now he's thinking he's supposed to go away. Good. Good boy. Yeah, because what's actually happening is because it's a side by side. So when you do a stop over the neck, it's a bump up and down. Because a side by side slaps him and causes even more driving energy. Good. Yep, and make sure he gets his head back. You're welcome. Good. Good. So now snap your fingers first and see if he'll respond to that, and then say, okay, but if you need it. I know. You're good. You're good. You're good. Good. And now he was doing the shoulders also. So we want to be able to, how when you're here and you're trying to tell him to over, like I would just automatically say, okay, I've decided to tell this horse over, 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 over. And then I'm going to go for the aid, but I haven't stopped telling him what I want. I'm just going to say, oh, you need a little help? Okay, over, over. Yeah, I remember you didn't like it when I did it this way. Over, 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 over. But what's happening is you're saying over. there's no rhythm, there's no, you know what I mean? It's a, I'm asking for this, buddy, I'm asking for this, and then when he comes over is when you can stop. But if you're, I know you were thinking about, oh, what am I supposed else to do? So when you're bringing checks out of this hand, sometimes you forget to keep doing what you were, because that's what you want him to respond to. Yep. There. Just give him a tiny bump to say, excuse me, we're working here.